So now let's talk briefly about an action. An action is basically the opposite of an outlet. And what an action is if you look at this diagram I have below, I've got, just like we had when we talked about outlets, the view and the controller, and I've even got my little target still on my controller. And instead on my view, you can see I've got this start button. This is going to represent a button, and it's a UI view. And one thing to take notice of here is that the arrow is going in the opposite direction. Now we're going from the view to the controller. And that's pretty much as simple as it is. An action really is just creating another binding point on the controller, but this binding point is one that we're expecting to receive information from the view, an update from the view, some information that some state has changed, that the user has done something, and then we're going to respond to it. So as a controller, we put this action out there, and then any view that wants to can bind to that action, and then when that action occurs, it's going to call whatever it's bound to, our action, which will be a method, and that method will get executed. So this is a way for the view to basically communicate to the controller that something has happened. If you think about this in our video game paradigm, this is a button. This is where when the button gets pushed, it sends a message that says, okay, do something. And the reason why it's implemented this way is because the view shouldn't need to know about what it's going to do. It just knows that, okay, I have this button, I'm going to bind this button to this particular action, and then when this button gets pressed, I'll do this thing. And I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just telling someone else, the controller in this case, hey, this event that you're interested about happened. So let's go ahead and dive into the code, and I'll show you how to implement that.